From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop.
52 to mine.
Topper! Secret!
And to give this time to the tailback. He finds an opening past the 40. Cuts back right. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. Let's try to go. Right here. What tight end?
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now here's Young. And he finds Corey Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I do just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. And some of these.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to...
And he's in! Touchdown, Patriots! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Chris Jones on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Young off the play fake. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Territory.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Patriots' 47-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check.
It's Barkley on the counter. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? When they saw last week.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Young now from the 50. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A play fake. Now Young. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. On 1st down, Barkley, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Watch out.
On play action, Young. They will find Davis. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Matchbox right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Second and 10. He finds his man Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, switch gears. Move off horses.
Here's second and 8. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Here we go. 70, Indy. I'm scared. Check point.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On second down now, Barkley, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And Young's throw there incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Let's go.
First down.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete on the slant route. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Young. Complete. Smith has it.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw, Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw again on second down. Young, and he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Third and long for Young. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room. And
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give them 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. A gain of 3, second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Young going for it all. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Young to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
6-6. Pull it hard. Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
The outlaw.
I'm coming for you. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey.
2nd and 6. That ball complete to Isabella. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go on. Go on, D.
Out. 61. Match box. White.
Back to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing, Young. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Young now. And this one complete to Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance.